Hi, pipe smokers. Welcome to the Paul Gilson YouTube channel. I'm Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy, live from the outskirts of Rochester, New York, in the United States of America. Thank the Lord. Yeah, so welcome to our Friday night smoke together. So grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, grab an adult beverage if you want, and let's have a smoke together. Yeah, let's get right to it. Okay, so we gotta definitely clear the palate after today. Anyways, happy Friday. It's Friday, May the 10th, 2024. Yeah, it's kind of a pretty day outside, a little overcast, but we got some sun and it's not raining and a little chilly outside, mid 50s. Anyways, cheers. So what I'm going to start on fire is my most expensive Mr. Bragg. This pipe was handmade by the owner of Mr. Bragg. Nobody else touched this pipe. It's a signature series. There's only one out there, and I have it loaded with some 3.5-year-old Lane 1Q that's been aging. Yeah. If it's 3.5 years old, that means it's been aging for 3.5 years. So let's start something on fire. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Good old Lane 1Q. Yeah, this was the week of pipes. I had 12 pipes and a pipe rack coming in a bundle that I bought, and I was really depressed, but not depressed, but disappointed in my purchase when they came in, and I looked at the condition, and most of them were Medicos, which are like just a drugstore pipe, basically. They've been around forever, but anyway, so I want to show you the results of just a few of them. Yeah, so they came in and they were dirty, gnarly, and nasty. Let me tell you something bad. A few of them had holes that were chewed through the bit of the pipe. I was like, oh man. So it was $120 I spent for 12 pipes and a pipe rack. That's with tax and delivery. The pipe rack is worth, I have it over here. It's got some pipes in it. Hopefully they won't fall out. That holds 10 pipes. It's a real nice pipe rack. As you can see, it holds them very well. And so anyways, so we I actually have 5 of them cleaned up. This one Medico that fell out, actually had to de-ghost it, totally ream it out and de-ghost it. It was that bad. It tasted like you were licking the inside of a 200-year-old dresser. Have you ever seen like an antique dresser or an old chest? Open it up and it just smells old and musty and ugh. That's the way this pipe tasted. And then I did the silt and alcohol treatment to it after I reamed it all out, and I got rid of the ghost. So that pipe, and it does have some nice briar for a Medico, some real nice briar. Yeah. Little tiger grain there on the side, flame grain, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so throughout this collection, I'm guessing, this is just an educated guess, that this collection of pipes, along with the pipe rack, probably belonged to the same owner, because they were in all very much similar condition. The teeth chatter, or where they were bit through, were all on the same spot. They were horribly filthy. Just, if there's a pipe will talk to me. And if I get a group of pipes in like that and I see a lot of similarities, I'm thinking to myself, this must have been the same owner, because each pipe had a few different things that were like signatures, all right, of that pipe. And they were the same amongst all the ones that I went to clean up. So the first pipe that I got, the first pipe deghosted. It tastes great now, smokes great. Then I took this other Medico, which is that's a cool rusticated Medico, and it's got some teeth chatter on the bottom part here. And this pipe, all these Medico pipes, they take filters. I think that's a 6 millimeter. They had their own Medico filters. And as soon as I took this, as soon as I took this pipe apart, I can smell the ghost. So what I did is I reamed it out. I did that with all the pipes. I soaked the stem. Yeah. That's from 3 stems from this collection, soaked in OxiClean. It's dark. It's gross. So I figured, okay, well, I took the filter out, soaked it, cleaned it up. Then I went to ream it out. This guy must have thought that because you have a filter in it, there's not going to get any tar or anything past the filter. Well, he was wrong. I mean, I could hardly get any air through the pipe. That's the first pipe filter that I put through that stem with Everclear high alcohol content alcohol. That is not just the color, but it's still 3 days later sticky like tar. That was the first pipe filter. And that was the second one. Yeah, still in pretty bad shape, but I've never seen, I'm sorry, not a pipe filter, a pipe cleaner. I've never seen a pipe cleaner come out of a stem like that, where it's pulling, it was like molasses out of it. Usually they come out about like that. Never like that, though. That is just, that one I should like mount in a picture frame, put on the wall. So I did that. Got her all cleaned out and everything. Looked down through the hole, plenty. Actually, when I look through the hole, everything is all shiny. So there's no junk in it. There's no junk in the pipe at all. And I went to smoke it. And there was the ghost. Whew, what is a ghost? A ghost is whatever the owner of that pipe smoked before. He smoked it so much for so many decades that the oils and the tar penetrate into the briar until the briar just can't take it anymore. So it's totally saturated. So then when the new owner gets the pipe, they go to smoke it and it's like, oh God. Some people say it has a sour or bitter taste. No, it has like a taste like you brought in a musty 200-year-old antique chest and opened it up. Just that old smell. We've all smelled it. That's the way it tasted times 10. I lit it up. I got past the char light, and I took a couple puffs off, and I was like, forget it. This one's going to get the salt and alcohol treatment. Okay, so the next pipe that we came up with, this one actually says Signature on the side. Imported briar, no bowl number, and it's partially rusticated. Same thing. Filter in here, tar. Even after I soaked it in OxiClean, got everything out. Same exact flavor. And the same thing that with this one. This one's a Medeco, a very smaller bowl, very small bowl, probably only about 3/4 of an inch wide and maybe 3/4 of an inch deep, but a nice little pipe. Same thing, exact same thing with that one. And this is a Frank Medeco, and this one has some real good briar on it. It's almost like a Canadian, but it doesn't have it's an oval shank. So this is kind of like a Lovett style pipe, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. Same thing with all 4 of these pipes. I tried smoking them and was just like, I couldn't take it anymore. I was going to air that video, and then I'm like, I'm not going to waste time with this. So all those pipe cleaners came back like that. It was just one of the most horrible pipe smoking experiences I've ever had. Now, you know, this information's important. The reason it's important is because, let's say, you know, a new pipe smoker they don't want to spend the money, so they want to, you know, get a vintage or, you know, estate pipe, something that's cheap, and they try smoking it, and it tastes horrible to them like that. That's going to permanently turn them off to pipe smoking. That's why it's important that people know that. So all those 4 pipes that I've cleaned up so far, they've cleaned up really nice. Tonight I'm actually going to do the salt and alcohol treatment on all 4 pipes. It's so bad I'm probably going to have to do the salt and alcohol treatment for 2 days. Normally I'll do it for 24 hours, where you take only Morton kosher salt. Only Morton kosher, the big grain stuff, the coarse grain. Morton kosher coarse grain salt. That's the only thing that you use in your pipes. And then you get something like Everclear that's 190 proof, or get some 120 proof vodka or whatever. The highest proof clear alcohol that you can get, sure, you can use Jack Daniels if you want, but then you're going to taste Jack Daniels in your pipe, and some people like that. So when you do it for 1 day, you put the salt in there, you know, the end's corked up, the stem's out, the end's corked up. You fill it with the salt, you tap it so it goes down into the shank of the pipe. And then once it's full of the coarse grain Morton kosher salt, you very carefully fill it with alcohol, and then you can watch it drain down, fill it up, top it off a little again, and repeat that process. Just don't get any on the outside. It's going to remove the finish. And then after a couple hours, after 2-3 hours, when you have it totally topped off where the briar isn't soaking the alcohol up anymore, you can go to bed and let that sit. And you come look at it 24 hours later, the next day, you're going to find it looks like brown sugar on top. So then all you do is just top it back off with alcohol, same method, however multiple times it takes to keep it filled. And you let it sit for another 24 hours. Or if you're a real freak, just clean the whole pipe out, start that process from scratch. So we had something really funny happen towards the end of the day at work today. We got this guy, his name is Mark, and Mark's about my age. And what he does is he's basically in charge of, manufacturing, logistics. So like whatever department needs help, with the tow motor moving something or whatever, he does that. And he's got his regular stuff of loading the scrap onto the scrap truck and unloading new material coming in. He's a busy guy. So we have a really big sandblaster at work, and what happens is when the when the sand gets used, it breaks down, and then it goes through a filtration process in this machine, and then it goes into a waste bin with a little lever on it, and you open it up and it kind of funnels down into a bucket. Well, by the time it becomes waste, it's like the consistency of talcum powder or confectionery sugar, really fine. It's dust, and it's a light gray color, and it can be a mess. So the job of the guy that's operating the sandblaster the most is to keep that emptied into a bag in a tote. Then when the bag gets halfway full, because this stuff is real heavy, close up the bag, Ziploc, put a Ziploc around it, and you have to, it's real heavy. It's probably 200 pounds worth of dust, and you roll this heavy duty garbage bag over onto a pallet. And when you get 2 or 3 of these on a pallet, which is normally about 4 foot by 4 foot, you let Mark know, and Mark takes them out and he puts them into a dumpster. Well, the reason why we bag that stuff up is people used to just take it. We had 50-gallon drums with big heavy-duty garbage bags in it. They used to just empty the tote into the 50-gallon garbage bin. Then Mark would take it with a forklift and dump it, and it would just be like a volcano going off. This fine dust going 30, 40 feet up in the air. It just went everywhere. So we get this pallet full of bagged up dust from the sandblaster. And the kid I'm working with, I said, go get Mark, blah, blah, blah. Let him know that there's 2 holes in one of the bags. So he tells Mark, look, there's 2 little holes in one of the bags. Mark's like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. I got it. So I talked to him about an hour later in the men's room. We're washing up. I was like, hey, man, we're going to have like 5 more bags of that stuff for you Monday. I want nothing to do, he says, with that anymore. He says, I took that out back. I got it almost all the way up 10 foot high, ready to dump it, and the bag broke open and dust blew all over the parking lot, all over me, all over the tow motor. I'm trying not to laugh. He was mad. So I went back and I told my buddy Greg, the young man that I was working with. We're both laughing so hard, we were in tears. And so I says, come on, let's go back and look at the dumpster. Let's see how bad it really was. It was bad. The dumpster is about 12 foot high. And it's probably about 30 to 40 foot long. And the breeze happened to be going right towards whoever was unloading this stuff. There was dust all over the parking lot for probably 20 foot wide and at least 10 to 15 foot back. It was bad. So for the last half hour of our day, we kept repeating the story and laughing. So Monday, if my friend Mark doesn't want to do his job, because that is his job, we actually bag it up, but it's his job to take it out to the dumpster. If he doesn't want to do that, that's fine. We'll just throw it in a 50-gallon garbage can, steel garbage can, and then he's going to have a 30, 40 foot plume of volcanic ash coming down on him. Oh, wow. So you figure on my deal I didn't do so great with. I got, for $120, I got 12 pipes, and I got actually a real nice pipe holder that holds 10 pipes. It's nice. I showed it to you. I'll show you again. It's really nice. You know, kind of Art Deco. Actually, that's more like 50s or early 60s style. So that in itself would be worth probably, about $25. So let's say even if it was only worth $20, that brings me down to about $7.50 a pipe, which these pipes are well worth that. They're worth double that. So I guess, put a little, I was hoping for some K-Woodies or something else. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. This is our Friday smoke together. Hope everybody has a good weekend. Over and out.